What's up, my Koopa Troop? It's Koops, and welcome back to another episode of One Piece Treasure Cruise. Today we're doing Smoker's Great Pursuit for the second time. We've actually done this before on the channel, but it's changed, I think, a little bit, as well as we've got some stronger characters. Let's just do it again to show off some new strategies and whatever. So we will be doing the Great Pursuit Close Chase. This is the 30 Stamina Expert. There's actually no requirements. You can use whatever you want. Nowadays, most of the events have requirements to try and get you to change classes. Otherwise, everyone just uses slashers all the time. But if you wanted to, you could go back to using slashers. However, I'm going to be doing it a little bit differently this time. Just for fun, I'm going to be using a fighting class team. Now, let's see if there's a fighting class captain. If not, we will make do with something else. Looking. Aha! There's nothing. Okay, so we're going to mix it up and actually go ahead and use the Dark King. The Dark King is a fighter, so this will work. It just will be a little unique of a class. I'm also not going to be using the standard Jinbei, who's a 2.5 times fighter attack. And the reason for that is because Jinbei is blue and Smoker is a green dexterity character. So he will be super weak. So here's what my class is looking like. I will actually be using Koala because I want her for her special. It's an amazing special. And her captain is actually decent with the 2.25 and a recovery by 1.5. I've got the young kid Ace right here, Port Gusty Ace, the brother. I need him for his bind duration, cooldown. Now this is a unique special character. I don't expect most of you guys to have that because it was kind of a rare recruit, a one-time only event thing. But I like having a bind duration reducer. If you don't have anything like that, that's okay. You can actually wait it out. And this one, it's not a big deal. It might just speed it up a little bit. Then I'm running 3 strong fighters. That's all they're there for, is just beat down beat sticks. And obviously, like I said, I'm going to be running Rayleigh. It's a bit of a weird comp, but I don't think most people will do this. I'm just trying to show off that you can have some fun with your classes and mix it up. If you're getting bored of using just Mihawk slashers all day, there's a lot of different classes now, and the game has expanded a ton to be a little bit more unique. All right, so we've got Smoker here at the start. I'm going to be using my weaker characters to try and get the, what is it called? Rayleigh's chain multiplier up. Thank you. Thank you. So there we go. There's the chain multiplier combo up with Koala. So you can kill stuff, surprisingly. Yeah, it will work. Just takes a little bit of time. Now, one thing I forgot to say is we actually do want to stall. And I just remembered that, which is why I brought it up to my own attention. As you can see, there, Koala's got 9 before she can use hers, and Young Ace has 9 as well. I do want Young Aces right at the start, so I actually do need to stall a little bit here. Now, what's true is you actually don't really need to stall. You could actually avoid the stalling, but it is kind of useful, so I'm going to go ahead and show it off. We can take a damage from this guy. As you can see, he does a huge 630 damage. Some absolutely insane, crazy damage, and I am being sarcastic. So he does no damage, easy stall. We'll hit on him for a little bit here. Now, I'm not expecting everyone to have legendary Log Luffys and Rayleighs and things like that, but I'm just using them for their fighter status here. And even though we have Chopper, which is known, Monster Chopper, which is known for his crazy, like, negative 900 recovery, with this Koala lead, we act in these other characters who have decently high recovery. We actually recover HP. It's kind of crazy. So we still can recover if we need to, though I'm not getting any orbs right now that are for recovery. For the last boss, it would be nice to save a strength orb or 2 if possible. Chopper is my highest dealing damage, so I want to leave him there. I'm just using this guy, Lao Ji, for damage because he's at 1300 or so right now. He can go up pretty high. I think it's the 14s. Log Luffy, mine's not maxed either, but he can go in the 14s, and obviously Chopper is a 1500 monster, so just a stat monster. Also, I gotta say, this Lao Ji's got one of the best animations, in my opinion, in the game. Just this, like, he just one punches the enemies. It feels so good. Here, look. If you didn't see it the first time, let's do it again. Oh, boom, baby. Oh, that sucks. I thought I could maybe kill, but I hit it great. That's okay. The orbs would be nice to keep, but not essential. There's actually no mini-boss here, so no worries there. We can actually try and see if we can get some red orbs. As you can see, we actually did recover. Oh, nice. There's some orbs for us. I don't need to stall anymore, so this is just fishing for orbs. You can see I actually healed 1400, which is not a bad recovery, in all honesty. All right, just fishing a little bit here and kind of killing this guy off. All right, we got the orbs we need. We are good. I wasn't able to break that guy's armor, but whatever. We still finished him off. We also actually could have waited for Rayleigh's special because he also does bind duration reduce. So that would be another option. If you have a Rayleigh friend, you could use that. Because right here at the start, Smoker locks the captain for 4 turns and then does 6,000 damage. Which is actually the reason why I really wanted to run Monster Chopper. And I tried it once, but obviously you don't have enough HP to withstand that 6,000 at the start there. Rayleigh's special does 20 times isn't damage, and it reduces bind duration by 4 or 5? By 5 turns. So you actually could have waited for him, but I brought this guy along just for fun. He reduces bind duration by 4 turns and does a little bit of damage to the enemy. It's going to be a pathetic amount, but look, there you go. So now what we're going to do here is Koala's special. Boost attack for fighter characters by 1.75 for 1 turn, aka everyone in this team gets a boost. That's pretty massive. So let's see if I can hit some perfects here and do some damage. Man, Smoker felt that one. That's one way of beating down that dude. So that's just a fun comp. You obviously can run faster comps. You don't even need to necessarily do the bind duration. What you can do is just run a standard strength red team. You'll probably have enough health to tank 2 of those 6,000s and then kill him off. Just one word of advice: don't let him get down below 20% because he does something I think for like 40,000 damage, which you won't survive unless you're running like double Kuma or Blackbeard or something. Actually, I don't even know if Blackbeard can survive that. Probably not. So yeah, he's actually got a little tricky to him, but if you want to have some fun, you can mess around with that guy a little bit. That's good if you want to try and farm up your smokers or socket your smoker. Smoker is a decent character, and I actually have a max one, so let's go ahead and check that guy out. I don't have all the sockets maxed, obviously, but there's what he looks like. That's a max smoker. Does 1282, which is pretty respectable. Low HP, unfortunately, and a high recovery, so he's got some good stats, and I've used him several times as a strong green stand-in character, especially for strikers. They don't have a lot of green strikers, and so he fits the build nicely. His special reduces damage by 50% for 3 turns. It seemed really useful when I got him, but honestly, I've almost never used the special nowadays. It just, 50% reduction isn't enough for most of these big bosses that try to kill you. They either don't attack every turn, or if they do attack every turn, the game makes them do like, 2 to 4,000. So reducing that's not super important. Or when they do attack, they do like 8,000 or 9,000. And yeah, reducing that's nice, but then you want to have a huge reducer like Perona, or, like most people would then use Perona to reduce the damage because of her boosted ability, or someone like Khalifa to reduce the damage, aka someone who reduces more. Or if you want to reduce even, lots of damage too, besides Perona, you could probably use, where's her face, Alvida. So it's like all those guys reduce more damage at one time, which generally when you're running these comps, you want to kill the enemies as fast as possible. So you want to reduce the major damage at one instant as opposed to 50% over 3 turns. It just doesn't end up having even very niche uses, but you can still use him as kind of a stat monster. I've used him less and less and less as the game's progressed, unfortunately, but when I first got him, I was really pumped. He's actually my first character I ever got in the game. Looking at what books can drop, you can get Roar Zoro Lion Song, Mr. 3 as well. I think that's also in the Gan Fall one. Princess Vivi, Golden Week, Chef's F, Patty, Mr. 9, aka nothing useful. Mr. 3 or the Lion Song Resort. Lion Song is situationally useful, but now at this stage in the game, he's old character. You don't see him too much anymore. Mr. 3 is also just not useful because everyone uses Golden Pound Usopp. Yeah, so honestly, not really that great of an event, but I wanted to still show it off and show off a fun team comp you probably weren't going to see anywhere else. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Go ahead and karate chop that like button, and I'll see you next time. Till then, GG.